Hello. Right, this is going to be a very quick podcast episode this week, but I do want to quickly show you how I'm getting on with my autumn whips. The last podcast episode I did here, I was literally just telling you about my plans. I had nothing to show you. I have stuff to show you. The first thing that I have to show you wasn't even on my project list, and it's a project bag. Some of you might recognise this fabric. I made it out of some remnants of the fabric that I used to make the autumn dress, the dress that I had originally made out of curtains. And I had kept the remnants because I knew that I would want to make something out of it at some point. And I was like, aha! An autumn themed project bag. Ta-da! And the other thing is that it's going to go in my seasonal autumnal box. And if you don't know what that is, go and watch my previous podcast episode. I talk all about it then. I made the cowl! Did I say that I was going to make a cowl? I should have done. I wanted to make a cowl with the puff squares that I showed you in the last episode, and I'd done it. It doesn't look quite that bright in real life. My camera is struggling, but focus. Well, hello, beautiful. It's made out of a mix of Aran wool and DK wool, which at the start of this project, no clue. Didn't know the difference between them at all. I know now. But I started out with some Aran wool and ran out, so went to buy some more. They had run out because, I mean, copper is a popular colour at this time of year. Who would have thought it? But I did find some DK wool and I was like, what's the difference? I know now. But weirdly, I like the fact that it's made out of both Aran and DK because the Aran wool keeps its shape, as you can see there, and the DK wool makes it more squishy. So one is chunkier, one is finer. And I've also noticed that DK wool tends to be shinier, at least the acrylic. So that is a finished whip. This is a finished whip. I don't know where I closed that. There's something else that I want to show you in there. Do you remember where I also said that I wanted to make a jumper out of these puff squares? Well, I'm not anymore. I have changed my mind. Why? Because as much as I love these squares, I've realised that I would probably get annoyed wearing a jumper with it because I am a princess who has sensory issues with it when it comes to texture. We won't go into it. Basically, it's one of the reasons why I make so many cowls, because I don't like the feeling of cold on my neck. Makes me proper angry. Moving on. I could make myself a jumper out of these squares and it would probably look very nice. I wouldn't wear it, and then what's the point? I don't want to make things that I never wear because that feels very wasteful. I would, however, love a throw for my chair in the office made with these squares. So that's what I'm going to do. Hello, Luna. He's just going to sneak in and not say anything. That's fine. Anyway, so I have my wool, DK again, because like I say, no more Aran. And I've started the bottle green squares, and look, I even have a row started here. Don't look too close, she says, showing you deliberately. But yeah, for some reason, when it comes to attaching them, I just can't do it straight. You would not believe the amount of times I've sewn one of these together, seen that it's wonky, frogged it, done it again, still wonky. And I did say in the last podcast episode that I love having a hobby that I suck at, and that's just as well. Because I am wonky donkey. Oh, and that's another thing. With a white cat and a white and ginger dog, Pet Floof shows up muchly on these. I think maybe a chair throw or something in my office where the pets are not allowed is the way to go. Oh, it looks lovely. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like moss. Ah, I love it. I love it. I love it. But of course, that does mean that I am without a jumper. Okay, so I have plenty of jumpers and I didn't necessarily need to make myself another one. But, hang on, let's just take this off. Okay, bear with. So I figured I wouldn't be able to make my own jumper, so I bought someone else's. I don't think that counts as a whip or even a finished whip if it's not actually my own. But there you go. This is someone else's finished work, and isn't it wonderful? Ironically, I bought it from the same lady that I bought the puff square pattern from, also the same lady that I bought the original cowl pattern from, also the same lady that I bought the granny square cardigan pattern from. At this point I should just give her my credit card, but it's her fault for making good stuff. But yeah, saw this and just thought, I need that, I need that. And now I don't feel bad for not making myself a jumper, because I've bought myself one. And my daughter, this is something that she bought from a shop in town, and she's pointed out that I look like a walking candy candy corn. So there you go. With this, and my cowl, and my pumpkin mug, and my project bag, I look like autumn has thrown up all over me. And I don't care. I said it in my last podcast episode. Whatever brings you joy, embrace it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just, anything that just gives me just the littlest spark, I am just diving straight in and embracing it for all I can, because my God, life is a lot at the moment, isn't it? Sometimes I'm afraid to even put my phone on for fear of what I will see. But that's another reason why I like making these videos over here. I like it to be just something different, just a break, and also different from the stuff that I usually make, which is to do with business. And I just like the not selling to people, just being able to go, here, look at this thing I made. Or not, as the case may be. But I'm happy, and I know that my autumn box this year, when it goes back into the attic, is going to hold some new stuff that's going to bring me some joy next year. So I'm very, very happy with that. With regards to my other whips, the dress refashion that is also with this fabric, that's ongoing. It's just chipping away at it in between everything else, so it's very slow going. But hopefully I will have a video to show you eventually. I have added something else to the list, and that is, I've mentioned it very briefly, the granny square cardigan that I made last year. I don't wear it, and I've realised why. It's because I fudged up the sleeves, and they're massive. They look great on the mannequin, but when I wear it, they're just too big, and it annoys me. There's just too much bulk underneath my arm that kind of gets in the way. Basically, when it came to doing the sleeves on the cardigan, I had lost the instructions, and I was like, it's fine, I can remember. I can't remember. I know this. My memory is shite. Long story short, the sleeves should have been 3 rows of granny squares, and I made them with 4. So they're massive, and I need to take a row out and make them as per the instructions, and then I'm sure it'll be a lot more comfortable, and I will wear it more, because that was the whole bloody point. So that's going on my list. But maybe I might even do that as a winter whip, because I need to calm down. This is going to be, oops, what was attached? This blanket is going to be an ongoing whip. There you go. You can see that today it's 1 row, and then hopefully it will start to look more blanket shaped as time goes on, but I'm not putting a time on that. That's as and when I feel the need to relax. And it's a very pick up and put downable kind of a whip. I want to get the dress / jumper done, because that will be a kind of an autumn jumper, and I wouldn't wear it in any other season, so I do want to get that done. I also stitched up a little embroidered pumpkin not as part of my project list, but because I needed to make a video for a listing on Etsy, and I've looked at the finished pumpkin and thought, huh, that'd make a good brooch, and now I want to make that too. I don't think it's going to take a long time to finish, but that's another autumn whip. So I've got a project list without even having them together. They're just in my head. Kim, why do you do this? Like I said, short but sweet episode. I just wanted to show you my things because they make me happy. I am going to take my peak autumnal crochet self away, and I was going to say do something productive, but it's Saturday and Dan and Alessi are out of the house. So no, I'm going to make myself another coffee because my cup is empty, and I'm going to go and do something that I like just for the hell of it. That sounds more fun. All right, until next time, I will see you then.